Hi, I'm Jersey-born Gordon George Troy. My family came to Jersey from Ireland after the famine in 1851. I'm proud to say my family have produced 9 States members in the last 60 years. And I believe I'm your best choice for deputy. Why? Because with me, it's people first. I care about people and their problems. Successive governments have failed to listen to the people's wishes. There are crises everywhere. The last 20 years has seen reckless capital spending by the states. Population controls have been totally ignored. Pensioners struggle to make ends meet. Taxes have increased. Social housing rents are too high. Young families can't get on the housing ladder, and austerity measures are causing strikes in the civil service. Many people are disappointed, unhappy, and struggling because the states are not listening to the public and their needs. States' capital spending is removing funds needed to help the community. A combination of unnecessary capital spending plus financial waste and changes to our tax system have financially squeezed the Jersey public and small businesses, bringing hardship in many cases. Inflationary GST, now 5%, has effectively become a 5% pay cut to the island's population, extracting a staggering £80 to £90 million a year from the economy. Jersey's not poor, it's just poorly managed. Our budget for 2019, £35 million for capital projects and £50 million forward to the short-term business plan. My mission is to block unnecessary states' capital spending, with the exception of health and education projects, so that we can put money back into the community, help the people, old and young, and re-energise the economy. I'm independent, not part of any political party, not influenced by loyalties to the honorary system or other states members, and I'm a fearless, tough negotiator that won't be swayed. My loyalties are to the people and their needs. I will listen to you, the public, and take actions that will improve the lives of all of you in the community and support local struggling businesses. Please visit my website, votetroy.co.uk, or have a look at the vote.je website and read my manifesto. Follow my social media and vote Gordon George Troy, please, on the 27th of February. Thank you very much for your time this evening.
Bonsoir. Dobry wieczór. Bonsoir. Good evening. Politics can be a funny business. Sometimes when I'm in a meeting at the town hall as procureur du bien public, sometimes when I'm in parish meetings with ministers, civil servants, I'm reminded of Yes Minister. And sometimes I'm especially reminded of an episode where Sir Humphrey says it's very important for politicians to make speeches. Because if a politician makes a speech, they nail their trousers to the mast. But, Sir Humphrey, don't you mean they nail their colours to the mast? No, Sir Humphrey says, nail their trousers to the mast. Then it makes it much more difficult for them to climb down. I'm not someone who climbs down. I'm someone who sticks to their guns. I'm someone who stood for the parish for many, many years on the roads committee, being constructive with those doorstop and environmental issues I'm passionate about. For the last few years, I've been procureur du bien public, standing in for the connétable on occasion, but also looking after the financial and legal interests of the parish. We are now in the 5th year of a freeze of the rates. So I think I can say that I won't climb down when it comes to looking after people's incomes. We have continued investing in the parish. And I think there's always got to be this balance. You can't let things deteriorate, like the states have allowed to do with Fort Regent and the hospital and so many other projects. There's always that balance of thinking about what people have to pay and then how you spend it to improve people's lives. So what sort of things need to be improved? The environment. We have poor quality of air. We have poor transport in the centre of St Helier and to outlying areas. We need a town bus service. We need safe routes to schools. We need cross-town cycle routes. We need pavements which are safe to walk on, whether you're young or old. But in order to achieve that, the state needs to give up some powers to a new elected body for the parish of St Helier, which can make those decisions about pedestrian crossings on parish roads, about changing a parking space designation. So, for the best voice to be a strong voice for St Helier, please consider giving me your vote.
Go to Faye.
Thank you, Chairman.
You use the microphone.
No, I'm going to address without the microphone, just to make it clear. I'm not contributing to the sound equipment because I feel perfectly competent to not use it. If anybody can't hear me at the back, do raise a hand so I can speak a little louder. This is a by-election, and all the key posts in the State's Assembly have already been allocated. We know who the ministers and assistant ministers are. So to make any impact, I think that my experience of representing this district over 6 years, between 2002 and 2008, will be extremely helpful. I know the ropes, and as things happen, I have quite a large number of contacts in the States as it stands, some at ministerial level. I intend to get things done. I already have 3 propositions I want to put forward. Of course, many of us are worrying about the cost of living, and probably the biggest element of that, not so much for property owners, but anyone who lives in either private or state's rental accommodation, they find themselves spending most of their money on their rental. And unfortunately, of course, in Jersey, where the laws are not as tough as they are in the United Kingdom, people with rental accommodation really have no sense of security, unlike homeowners. So I want to tackle that issue on 3 fronts. Recently, the states in the budget decided to give first-time buyers a bigger crack of the whip by not charging them stamp duty, but compensated by upping the rate for everybody else who wants to purchase. I want to remove stamp duty on all property purchases, irrespective of whether you're first-time buyer or not. Just remove it for property purchases. In terms of private rental, I do think that we should have a rent tribunal and inspections to check out, as we find out recently, property owners who are cramming tenants into their properties that they use simply as income. And most particularly for people in state's rental, I think that it is no longer acceptable to charge rentals as a percentage of so-called market rate. The public own all these properties, and it has nothing to do with the current market price. These are the properties for the people who can't afford to purchase their own homes. And we need to take special care of those people and not use them on a sort of stealth tax basis to support handling. Those are some of the projects I've got in mind, and I would ask you to give me your vote.